We're in a beautiful involvement. We want to take time and go to our deepest essence of our ancestral state of being as man, he, and she, and recognize the unified bond of oneness, pulling all our energies together because it's a time for holistic living healing. We must detox and purge this toxic nature of opposition to the divine union of masculine and feminine energy. No more mono, nothing. No mono he, no mono she. Divine union of oneness, divine order, holistic living energy.
High Priest Kwatamani, Supreme Soothsayer, Soul Seer, Spiritual Healer and Revealer, Chief Elder of the Kwatamani First Genesis Tribe, the oldest, longest sustained, raw and living, plant fuel consuming, family community order known. Well over half a century and still going strong in the tropical rainforest.
April 13th, 2025. Then I was sitting with one of my sons, Amanta Kwatamani, and we were vibrating on the idea of him emerging into a union, a unification with his young princess-to-be, Priscilla. It was very necessary as an elder, as a father, that we sit with a strong focus on identifying the principles, morals, and values necessary to resurrect sacred ancestral masculinity, covering every aspect possible to give him a sense of divine clarity. And we must keep in mind that we're talking about a male who has been influenced by peer group pressures external to his divine social, economic, family, community order. We're talking about a sacred garden culture presence where green earth solar consciousness is our reality. And within that, we're talking about he having interactions with those that come from a different kind of culture, expressing different kinds of attitudes, values, behaviors, and beliefs. First things first, of course, there's absolutely no way any masculine he, a father, an elder of any sort, can give divine clarity to anyone unless he has focused on the detoxing and purging and healing processes necessary for he to come into the holistic living reality that can only be experienced through the application of divine union, masculine and feminine energy within divine social, economic, family, communal order, applying the principles of divine consumption, fruits of the tree of life, divine union, masculine and feminine energy going forward to multiply divine order into every offspring and vibration of the generation next. We're talking about our first Genesis reality. What I said to him then and what I say now to he and each and every male seeking to become of that sacred ancestral father spirit vibration. Please be sure that you are ready, willing, and able to do whatever it takes in divine order, honoring the sacred ancestral principles of Ma'at, whatever it takes within that sacred ancestral first Genesis tribal reality to bring that feminine she, soul satisfaction. I speak this to each and every one of you. I speak it to that son of I and each and every son of this spirit, and the spirit that actually comes forward to accelerate green earth solar conscious reality, safeguarding Mother Earth and all living things thereof in divine order. Listened to the ancestors calling forward the vibrations of movement. And it is so clear. The expression was, get up, take these daughters and sons out of that environment that opposed his and her existence That environment that has shown that for thousands of years. That environment that continues to perpetuate a force of arms to cause them to integrate, assimilate, and adopt a nature diametrically, totally, absolutely opposed to his and her sacred ancestral order as divine children of the sun. We must comprehend as beings that we owe an allegiance to principles, morals, and values that interface with universal order, divine order, the essence of earth, wind, rain, and sun. We must come to a holistic living reality that this is where we all begun. The most supreme essence of life and supreme love emerge from the most supreme seen and unseen essence of masculine and feminine energy. We're talking universal order. We're talking about the basic elements of our existence, wholeness, two parts to one unified bonding reality.
Isn't she beautiful? Remember that. Don't ever forget that. Yeah, we're talking about the origin. We're talking about the first genesis of man, he and she. We're talking about the divine children of the sun and the sacred garden culture from which they come. When it was said by the most supreme seen and unseen essence of masculine and feminine energy, or should we say of feminine and masculine energy, let us make man in our own image. And from there emerge he and she.
And the mitochondrial mother birthed the green earth solar conscious essence of humanity, divine children of earth, wind, rain, and sun. What our purpose, what our focus is upon this earth is to go forward and multiply divine social, economic, family, community order into every offspring and vibration of the generation next through the masculine he, upholding and maintaining his sacred ancestral rites of passage, his existence, his reason, his purpose for being here, to provide divine guidance and protection to the women and the children, for the women and the children.
I'm talking to her mama. She's going to be seeing her right now when we talking. I bet she's saying, goodness gracious, my baby beautiful. I bet she's saying that. What you think? What you think?
Yeah, your papa was cool.
You remember when I talked to your mama? Huh? Yeah. And I said, okay, so what we going to do, mama? And she looked at me. She looked at me like, I know one thing. Y'all better take care of my daughter. Did she do that? Come on. Did she? So what's been happening with you? How are you? Mama, I hope you're hearing out there. How you doing? Great.
Comprehending clearly that it is unquestionably, she, the sacred ancestral mother spirit that gives birth to each and every one of us. That birth is not by osmosis. That birth emerges out of the bonding, unified relationship, that divine intercourse between man, he, and she. And she has a divine, natural, innate duty, obligation, responsibility to divinely, affectionately nurture the principles, morals, and values of divine socioeconomic family community order into every offspring and vibration of the generation next.
Do you think that you would really, wholeheartedly and sincerely want to spend the rest of your LIFE with this man?
Yeah.
But you know he don't come along now. You got to deal with me. And I'm tough. Not as tough as the sisterhood, but I'm tough. What do you think, man?
Yes.
Which I am yes or you go? All of the, and the nights too?
All for the rest of my life.
Okay, so he wants the days, and then he thought and the nights too. Okay, that's beautiful because there's a whole thing in this. Okay, now I'm going to ask a few questions to make sure that we're in concert and oneness here, because we don't want to play. You see, many times people like to play. It's exciting, you know. You go have a marriage, and then a couple of months later, 3-4 months later, I can't stand you going through a divorce and this, that. We don't do that. You know that, right? Huh?
Yeah.
You know that we don't deal with divorce. You know that?
Yeah.
You know, this is permanent, baby.
She is, by her nature, communal. Therefore, unquestionably, each and every being born out of her womb is communal by nature. She birthed. It took a communal relationship for us to even come into her womb. Simple as that. Masculine and feminine energy. Two parts to one wholeness. Coming into that magnificent state of intercourse that allows that communal relationship to forward again and again and again. It's just that simple. So it's not about whether you believe that is or is not a fact. It is about knowing that that is the essence of our origin, and that it is not something that one's belief will change or determine one way or the other. One can either drift away from divine order, or one can align with divine order, divine social, economic, family, communal order.
Priscilla is asking that a notation that she has written please be read by the senior priestess, so everyone will be able to hear how she feels about her Amanda Kwatamani.
As it is written here.
Sweetheart, there are a lot of people who can call you by your name, but there's only one who can make it sound special. I could write 1,000 poems describing my love for you. The day when I sent you my first text, I would have never thought soon I'd be writing you a vow. So today, I vow to always love you during our good times and during our bad times, in sickness and in health. I vow to give you the care of a mother, love of a sister and lover, and talk to you like a best friend. My life has been such a surprising adventure since you came along. Our life together might be one for the history books. I used to think I knew exactly what I wanted in a soulmate. But I was wrong, because you are even better than I imagined. Psychology says we don't get happy even if 10 people talk to us, but surely get sad when one special person doesn't. For the few days we have been apart, I wasn't at my happiest. But today,
not only do I get to see you again, not only do I get to communicate with you, it's the day we become one. Amanta, you see, you are the flavor in my life. Without you, it will be tasteless. Amanta, Kwatamani, I love you and I will show it with my actions.
Oh my goodness.
Because actions prove who someone is. Words prove who someone wants to be.
Oh, stop.
May the most supreme, seen and unseen of all great things bless our divine union.
What you say, something? Now, I'm going to say very honest. That's right, baby. Call it. Call it some more. Hey. That's coming from the essence of femininity, sacred ancestral femininity.
We have to come to clear-cut comprehension. And we must go through the process of detox, purging, and healing. This revealing is an absolute necessity if we expect to bring forward a greater sense of mental, physical, and spiritual consciousness into every offspring and vibration of the generation next.
You got something to say. Now, you can add a few words now. What can you expect? You can't beat that up, huh, brothers? hey, brothers, we know what that means, don't we? Yeah. Don't we, brothers?
Specifically, this is what he said to I, his father. He said, Papa, it's been a long wait. It feels like forever to I. Here I am, 30 years of age, putting up with the peer group pressure of people saying anything and everything to I, simply because I'm holding to the principles, morals, and values of our sacred garden culture way of life. He said, make no mistake about it. It's worth every minute just to be able to connect with a soul, a feminine essence, focus on the wholeness of I as a masculine he, not focused on the things and stuff and things and stuff, but rather focus on us bonding into a unified relationship where we will go forward and multiply within divine social, economic, family, community order. That seemed like a dream that was deferred so long, but right now I can't express my thanks, praise, and appreciation enough. Thank you to you, the mother spirits, my sisters, my brothers, and everybody within the community for having patience with I. And a special note, I give thanks to her mother, her father, her sisters, her brothers, and everyone who has been connected with keeping her within a focus, purpose, and direction that will lead to a divine union of her and I in a oneness. You see, it is as though I truly believe that it was owed to I. And what I found out is that it takes work. And good things do not come easy. I don't know what to say. Thank you to the Most High, the most supreme essence of masculine and feminine energy. Unified bonding relationships. Since action speaks louder than words, it is the divine, natural, innate duty, obligation, responsibility of this Kwatamani First Genesis tribe to do every single thing that we can to perpetuate this holistic living reality into every offspring and vibration of Generation Next.
Original, indigenous, native man, suntan children of the sun across every land, the sacred garden origin of man, he and she, from the deep dark essence of our sacred ancestry.
The first task as a father is to attempt to secure the life energy of all that I am, as it comes forward from all that offsprings from my ancestral essence. Securing the life energy of that daughter and son is the natural and innate duty, obligation, and responsibility that each masculine presence has upon this earth as the spirit of divine guidance and protection. And in order to do that, one must hold a tremendous honor and obedience to the sacred ancestral nurturer, respecting and honoring her divine nurturing abilities, giving her the divine guidance and protection to be able to birth those masculine and feminine essence that would be able to go forward and multiply this divine order into every offspring and vibration.
What is being said? Sacred ancestral gathering in the tropical rainforest.
The objective is that if we have every celebration a tree, and each of those trees continue to breathe the life of energy, then we'll forever celebrate in and around that tree and the trees that come off of that tree, just as we are a celebration of life as man, he, and she.
This is dedicated to the sacred suntan, tribes and clans who are ascended and descended from the original man. He and she devoted to their sacred garden culture ancestry. This is dedicated to you and me, Nok, Nubian, Kushite, Davidian, Shangli. This is dedicated to our trip across the sea, Olmecs moving divinely. This is dedicated to the offspring children who will come to be Caribs, Taino, Seminole, and Cherokee. This is dedicated to the children who were sold and enslaved from across the sea. Maroon, Garifun, suntan children refusing to be doomed. This is dedicated to those who escaped on the shore and ran into the rainforests of Panama, Colombia, Venezuela, and Ecuador. Breaking chains, hiding in the rain, moving swiftly from the aches and pains. This is dedicated to the suntan children with no tribal name. African Americans all the same. This is dedicated to the children who sprung off the Inca vein. This is dedicated to the Zombo thing. This is dedicated to the suntan children moving fast and swiftly on their heels. This is dedicated to the Pomari and the other suntan children of Brazil. This is dedicated to the Mayan and the Aztec who got all mixed up, trapped in the tricks of the invader rut. This is dedicated to the suntan children of every land, every African descendant, every tribe and every clan of the he and she of man.
Let me ancestors them raise me up higher, and to them me give the glory, radiant like the sun, passion burning like fire. Yes, this is my story, and me find love, whole and clean love flowing deep inside. Let supreme love, let supreme love be your guide. No, we no listen to what them say. Let supreme love lead the way to me ancestors. Bless I through my days. Whoa, and no matter what come my way, me still give thanks and praise. Let supreme love fill I in every way. Whoa, in every way.
For each of the spirits that are present, this is basically part of our life. Anytime we have a celebration, the vibration is life from life to the tree of life from which we come.
Holistic living life is a cure for we.
It's not cure for
Oh, we no fit in the Babylon box. Cause we natural style and we natural locks. We know we look good in a traditional way. Cause we no perm and dye and fry up with hair. We body fit, we no eat no depleted food. Because the food with them they eat no got nothing good. We eat with fruit, vegetation and with seeds and nuts. You have to change your way of life if you got the guts. Rotten living from the fruits of the trees of life. In our sacred garden culture, paradise. Me not trip out about me sexuality. Because me know divine order is my destiny.